insights. If it doesn't start with insights, what the fuck are you doing? I don't want transactional relationships. They're easily taken. The more you move away from transactional, the better the longer term your relationships are going to be. And it's not that I'm willing to do something more than you. I'm willing to do it every single damn day.
That's a mic drop. Okay.
ReachTV is a culmination of a bunch of people telling me I can't. The focus is to connect to travel. How do you do it? Well, we use our TVs to talk to them on live sports. We use things that we put our screens where we know they're going to be. We then bring the type of content they want to watch. And we then bring offerings and data, things that we can push directly to their mobile. They were then integrated in flight, in hotel rooms, you know what I mean? So we start to, those are touch points.
Hi, it's Deidre, and you're watching
A Life in a Day with Lynnwood Bibbens. When I told people in 2020, end of 2020, we're going to, in 5 years, we're going to have live sports, they laughed and said, yeah, those are already sold. Those rights are done. You don't have, they don't know what I know. So, and here we are, NFL, NBA, WNBA, Live Golf. I mean, can't name it for it, we don't have it.
What keeps you motivated on the days when things feel heavy, whether in personal life or whether a deal didn't go through?
Again, I'm going to go back to the beginning. I don't really get too high or too low. Why we go? One, I'm always great. First thing I do when I get up is think what I'm doing. Two, is I've learned to focus on what, well, I'm up, I'm here. Now let me go take care of this thing that God gave me. So I'm in the gym. Or I'm just, maybe sometimes I'm tired. Just taking that break. I'm learning to do that more now. And using, nope, gotta get this goal. But what I'm seeing now is being grateful and then knowing what I want and pushing myself every day to be better. You know, my brain is always like, damn, if I just do extra 5, I do that 5 days, then I do that 52 weeks. Yo, nobody can keep going.
Yeah.
And when somebody asks me to use my competition, I go, you're looking at, it's me. Because you can't beat. Not because you don't want to or something. You just don't know where I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go to places you can't even think of. I'm willing to do things. And it's not that I'm willing to do something more than you. I'm willing to do it every single damn day. That's the difference between most people, 99.9% of people, and the 1% that get shit done.
That's a mic drop. Okay. For those who don't know, who is Lynnwood Bibbens? What do you do? And can you dive a little bit into your upbringing?
Well, I am a passionate person about life, about what I want out of life. Father, son, brother, family man, God. It's an important part of my life and what I do and how I do it, how I move. I trade on my name, so I have the same number for 30-something years. I show up good, bad, and indifferent. I'm always there. And I think from a business standpoint, secondary to the things I just mentioned, but for business, I am running a streaming television network with live sports and other things included. So.
What values and lessons from your upbringing have had the biggest influence on the way you approach business today?
My grandmother's all right. Favorite thing was this too shall pass. And knowing that, it allows me to go through ups and downs, good days, bad days, know all of those things change. So I'm very high energy and very keeping shit. Nothing gets me too high, nothing gets me too low. Sometimes I wish I'd probably celebrate my wins a little bit more, but I think it served me well to keep this level of what I'm intensity, but you know, clarity and it also keeps you humble. I think it ain't that important. It ain't that serious, right? And so I think that's one of the biggest things. And my grandfather was always about hard work, right? And he used to stop me whenever I talk. He would come in and say, "How you doing?" And you say something else, he's like, You could say whatever your answer was until you got to, I'm good. He would keep asking. Because in his mind, and what I say now, people ask me how I'm doing, it's always, I'm good. And the reason is, if I'm breathing, I'm good. Because if you're breathing, you can fix anything. And if you're not, well, somebody else's problem anyway, so don't worry about it. So that's kind of what my two things that really focus on.
What is a setback that ended up being one of your greatest teachable moments?
On a personal level, I got in an argument with my mom before she died, and I didn't go home for Thanksgiving, and that was her last. So I always talk about this word opportunities, and people think I'm talking about business. I'm talking about just opportunity to tell somebody you love them. It's an opportunity to go see someone that you probably know needs to be seen. Call someone you know probably needs that call. You know, like I text people just because I'm like, yo, what up? Just thought about what you up to. What you up to? I did that with my boy yesterday. Like, yo, what? I think, how you doing? It's those moments I make sure I take advantage of those opportunities. Business, I'll use a reshape. I'm in the travel business. COVID happened. I had a bunch of people calling me, going, what are we gonna do? And I took a deep breath, took 30 minutes to myself, and came back and said, are we that? That's enough. Well, we'll find out today. So we called all of our partners. They thought we were very valuable, cut our calls. I kept every single person throughout the and then we came up, the reason we are where we are today is because doing that, we started having every Friday guest speakers, and then we had Innovation Fridays. We are not allowed to talk about anything we do right now, only about dreams. If we get dreaming, what would we do? And from there, anybody who said anything about work, they got muted. They were not allowed to speak. So it was forced to be about anything we don't have. And that's what we have today. Those dreams are what build our future. So I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
How do you know when it's time to pivot or take a big risk in your career?
Well, risk and pivots. Those are very words I hear used a lot. I take them every day, you know, and I'm always looking at what's next. Tell me, we built the data platform we announced today because 9 years ago, when we launched, I knew data was going to be important. Didn't know what. Then a couple different ways I thought we might be able to use it, but 3 years ago, it became clear where it was going. So then we really pushed on it. And we thought it was going to be a year, 18 months, 2 years. It took us 3 years for now to be a product, be what it is. So I think as an entrepreneur, you're always taking risk and pivots almost on a daily basis. And if you're not looking at it on a daily basis, you're not doing your job.
What's a decision that didn't make sense to others at the time, but made perfect sense to you and turned out to be successful based off of you following your instincts?
ReachTV. I don't know how many of my, good friends, partners who I partnered with before said, yo, you can't get in there once. DirecTV owns. You can't do that because it is. You're never going to get that because it is. You know what? You'll never do that either because it is. And then every success, they're like, well, you won't be able to do that though. And what they don't know is every time they tell me that, that's the next idea. Thank you. I know now where to go, right? So, and I will tell you how I was able to overcome it. It's because I did all the work in the business plan of building this company. So in the business plan, it tells you who are your competitors, what are your obstacles, how do you plan on a cover. And if you really do the work, what happens is, I think 10 people see my business plan. I didn't make it for them. I made it for me. Yeah. That business plan is so that when everybody else says no, I can say yes. And it really helped me stay the course.
When you look at all the companies you've built, which one taught you the most about yourself, not just about business?
I think everything teaches you about yourself. I don't think anyone more than the other. When I saw Coco Knives when I was in college or, in summer, that taught me, that opened up the possibility. Without that, I wouldn't be here. Right? So without that nugget, I wouldn't be where I'm at. In fact, when I was doing mail orders, I wouldn't have learned retail without that experience and understand every market. I know how people act in Ohio working in Boston versus Virginia because I was in person selling people. So you got to learn cultures, your communities. You got to see how people, and I got to see the commonality between people all across the country. And to me, I think all of them help bring out something. But I also think every one of them, you learn more, so you get better and better and better and better. So we're just evolving to be better. And I'll give you one thing: athletes, professional athletes, used to be, well, it still is. They peak in their ratings during their peak athletic years. Business people peak. The average age, 51. Celebrating people. I've always talked about the corporate. The corporate level, C-level, make more between 53 and 60 than they made here in entire career. So that's because of the lessons you learn, the lessons you learn. And then somebody says, I gotta pay for that experience. And to pay for that experience and that drive, they're gonna pay you handsomely. And I tell people there's a chart. There's bad, there's good, there's excellent, and then there's this settled in line called extraordinary. And difference between all those levels of people until you get between excellent and extraordinary, which is really that much. But the K is 3,000% different.
Right.
And are you doing it famous every day to be extraordinary? That's the question you have to ask yourself.
Yeah.
And it's a question you have to ask yourself, do I want to be extraordinary? Because it takes those things. That's a real challenge. I hear a lot of people saying it, lip service, but then I go and look at what you do last week. Give me a rundown. One, you don't know what you did, so not everything discount, but then two, what are you doing? If you said this is your goal last week, what did you do about your day?
Yeah.
You can't tell me it's not defined. You're not doing the work. You're not extraordinary. To motivate people, I would say the truth. The truth is, you will not get anything that you want in life unless you do 3 words. Do the work. I know a million people that tell me a million things, but all of it comes back to do the work. I don't know how much more I emphasize that, but there's no cheat code. The cheat code is doing the work. I post a lot about Mamba mentality. And it's not just because I was a Kobe fan. I'm a fan of mentality. That if I do 1 extra rep, that adds up over 5 days. That adds up over 52 weeks. That adds up over 3 years. It adds up over 10 years. There's no way you can keep up with me. If you're not working and I'm working, there's a separation happening every day and every year, every 2 years, every 5 years. 10 years later, we're not even in playing the same game. So the most important part is doing the work. The second part is staying humble. And I don't mean humble like you gotta, no. Humble like every day you're grateful. Humble like every day. Yeah, I'll still say, I'll joke when people say, I'm still him. You're damn right I am. Because did you see what I did yesterday? Did you see what I did this morning? Did you see the work I did all the way up? I have a right to say that. It's when people tell me they are that, and I'm like, if you're doing the work, and if you're grateful for everything, you don't even have to do all that work because people will come to you and help you get to that work. Collaboration is the new scale. That's the other thing that I just think people got to get rid of the ego and understand. By collaborating, you get further. My uncle's in the Navy, and I remember hearing this statement, 1 + 1 = 3. No, it doesn't. Not because it doesn't, because it doesn't. But if you put a 1 next to a 1, it's 11. That's the power of collaboration. Not 3, it's 11. It is insane how much you can get done through collaboration, and I'm always shocked when people aren't focused on it. That should be your business strategy. That should be everything you focus on. So, thank you for tuning in to Life and Day. I'm Lynnwood Bibbens.